Okay, guys, we are about to rise up here on Shellonomics. This is my honest review of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 1. We are joined by our TMNT historian friend Christian, TMNT Dare Talk. So, Christian, feel free to set the stage to our listeners here. The year is 2018. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming out. It debuts. People were a little sour because a lot of us, including myself, thought the 2012 show had more life. So why did Rise come out and 2012 was, stopping?
Yeah, in 2017, the 5 seasons of the 2012 show ended. And it's very much because the stories got told that Ciro Nieli, the showrunner, wanted to tell. So this was his story was over. He was done. But Nickelodeon, they wanted more turtles. They paid a lot of money for the turtles, so they want to do more turtle stuff. And so only a year after that, 2018, a new show was announced, and that was Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, to this day, a lot of people are like a little bit, how should I put it? They don't have the. I mean, come on. 2012 show ended, and as you remember, it was fun, it was cool, but it also got dark sometimes. It had action, it had all this seriousness in it. And then we got Rise of the TMNT, and it seems like all of that was gone. People compared it to like Teen Titans Go. You had the original Teen Titans show, which got darker and more action oriented, and then they got Teen Titans Go, which was fun and goofy and colorful, and people felt like, oh, Rise of the TMNT is just that. So yeah, we came from this more serious tone right into more funny tone, more goofy, more crazy, more cartoony. And yeah, a lot of people were not into it. And to this day, still are. So yeah, that's pretty much how it started, I guess.
Yeah, well said there, my friend. Yeah, it's well, again, you got to think of it this way too. I'm going into this show as a hardcore Ninja Turtles fan, so kind of like you, we pretty much love anything Ninja Turtles. But there are, like I would guess, I don't know, maybe like common fans who are like, hey, I love the original series, I love the first movie, don't like the third movie, don't like Next Mutation. That's fine. But our job here is just to provide you guys our honest opinion and reviews of this series as a whole. You guys have heard our reviews of the 87 series. Me and TMNT Dare Talk, we love 87, but there are a few episodes you can miss. If you stick around for the end of the show, I'll tell you the ones that I think are important for any Ninja Turtle fan to watch. But let's get into this a little bit more here now. So there's some good news. So the first reaction I had when hearing about this, I got hyped. Because the episode we covered in the 2012 show, do you remember in Tales of the TMNT where Splinter and the baby turtles, that's the direction I thought this show was going, without any info, without any research. It just sounds such like a perfect name, like Rise of the Ninja Turtles. I'm thinking, okay, great. We're going to see Shredder and Oroku Saki, slowly building the Foot Clan. We're going to see Hamato Yoshi, and the baby turtles, like pretty much just like when they were like toddler Ninja Turtles, pretty much is the thing I thought. And then we dig a little deeper, it's like Samurai Jack comes to mind because it looks like Samurai Jack animation style. Watching more, it feels more like a Nickelodeon show. I grew up with Nickelodeon, but I didn't really watch Ren and Stimpy and that stuff. So it kind of has the SpongeBob feel in regards to the comedy and more slapstick, and you have to really pay attention because some of the jokes are going to pass you by if you're not watching, which there is some good comedy in here. And of course, when you see the name Rob Paulsen as voice director, there's going to be some good comedy, right?
Oh, absolutely. And in my opinion, the show works on the comedy part. The art is, it's completely different, especially compared to the 2012 show, because we are going back to 2D animation. But the action, how it was presented here, when you just look at the first episode, there's a big action scene there, and it's just so fast and so intense, and it's so crazy, and it's unlike anything that we've seen before. And for this, it's like, whoa, dudes, this is so different. I mean, just look at the theme song at the start. It's quick, it's fast, and I remember when I first saw the theme song the first time, the title sequence, I had to like, oh, wait, is it over? It just started. It's so fast and so quick and everything. They throw everything at you, and I'm like, I'm too old for this fast action. Come on, slow down a little bit.
When we go to the park,
after a while,
it's like when we go to the park, Dad. When we go. Whoa, hold on, deep breath. I got you. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, after a while, you get into this universe. You get a feeling for it, and like, okay, they know what they're doing, and the people behind this show, they really they're not like oh, we're just gonna do something goofy and funny with the turtles just to make money or anything. The two people behind it, Ant Ward and Andy Soriano, they are still to this day, they're posting stuff of turtles on their social media stuff, because they're really there for it. They were really there for it. And when this show got canceled after 2 seasons, they were really sad, because they're like, hey, we have so much more to tell. We want to do so much more with these turtles. It was not just a paycheck for them. They tried something different. Of course, not everyone likes it, and that's fine. But I'm always there when someone tries something different. As I said, doesn't always have to work, but give it a shot. Try it. And yeah, that's how it is with Rise of the TMNT. That's what I say with Rise of the TMNT to people who have not watched it. Give it a shot. Try it. And don't just like, ooh, that's not for me. Just give it a shot. One, 2 episodes. Maybe you could like it.
And that's what we're going to try and do it, because before we did this, guys, off the air, I asked Christian, hey, Christian, now, I'd like to cover these with you. I haven't watched much. My first reaction was a huge pullback, because I watched one episode and I'm like, Chunky Splinter he's like a buffoon. That's just my initial first reaction. And what's unique is, I guess some people probably do appreciate this, but what was your first reaction? Because this wasn't Michael Bay feeling, but the turtles are different here, guys. They all have different builds. Raphael's got more muscle. Leonardo and Mikey are a little bit more skinnier and more athletic. Donatello's got, like the headgear, kind of like the Michael Bay, glasses in the movie. So what was your first reaction there? Because unless it was done in the comics, for the animation, the turtles pretty much looked exactly the same, except for the color headbands in 2012. Donatello's like Tooth.
Yeah, I mean, in animation, we have some little difference here and there. With the 2012 show, Donatello was a little bit bigger, Mike was a little bit smaller, and so on and so forth. But here we have 4 different turtle species. Raph is a big snapping turtle. Leonardo is a red-eared slider. So they are really different turtles. They're completely different build. And yeah, just with Splinter. Splinter was really one where I was like, I'm not sure about this. He's just so just a lazy. We come from 2012 Splinter, who was strict, who was smart, who was really caring and loving. And then we jump here into Rise Splinter, who's like, yeah, chunky, who's lazy, who doesn't care, he's just lying around eating cake, and is like, this is not the Splinter we're used to. And people really reacted to this in a way, as I remember, like, this is not my Splinter. This is not Splinter. And I remember that the people behind the show, they came on the social media and they're like, give it time. There's a reason for the Splinter to be the way he is. Give it time. And they were like, at the end of like season 1, you will love Splinter because you will know where he comes from. And this is the problem here with Rise, because you really it really takes its time to tell the story it wants to tell. And so people, they get, like, okay, no, it's not for me after one episode, like, nah. But it evolves, in my opinion. And yeah, I think it could have gone on for more seasons, because I think this world really could deliver more stories for these turtles.
Yeah, I would say as well. Inconsistency for me is one of the things I couldn't really, again, this is directed for kids. So again, it's hard You know, we're not playing like they say for NFL out here in America, Monday morning quarterback. You know, where it's like we tell everything afterwards. Just Christian's going to break it down too for you guys when we do these episodes. Some are 20 minutes, very few in season 1. A lot are 10 minutes, almost kind of like Looney Tunes shorts, where it's just a quick little episode. They tell a quick story, and then you go right into the next one. So there's not really an introduction to this either. So before we get into this, there's going to be 3 things I want you guys to be aware of as we break down these episodes, just to see if you can stick around for this whole show. Number 1, John Cena. Number 2, cameos featuring people from the 2012 show. And number 3, episode 16. That's the one that hits home for me. So let's get into it. But before we do, it's nice to know Mikey's got mad skills. I didn't get to ask you too. How did you like the theme song? Besides it being too fast, I like the beat, and I do appreciate them giving Mikey some props.
Yeah, with the theme song, it's really, as I said, it's quick, it's fast, it's only half a minute long, but you get it, you get it into it gets into your ear. So after a while, you're like, you're into it, you're going with it, and after a while, I really enjoyed it. I really thought it's cool. It's like a little callback to the classic theme song with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's faster, it's quicker, it's modern. So it's nice. It's like a remix of the classic theme song. So yeah, I'm there for it.
All right. Well, we've got our Chunky Splinter. We've got Leonardo being voiced by Sonic the Hedgehog. And we've got Raphael trying to be the leader here in our first episode with a little splash of John Cena as well.
Yeah, first episode, Mystic Mayhem. This is where we meet our turtles for the first time, and we also meet April. Gotta say, first off, I'm a big fan of this April. She's so different. She's like this smart street kid. I really like her. Yeah, she is Afro-American. And once again, something that some people were not into it, but it works for this character. I'm really a big fan of this April. And yeah, one thing that we find out immediately is these turtles, they already know April, because, you know, most shows start with the turtles meeting April, but the turtles and April, they are already friends, they're already a team. Unfortunately, we never really find out how they met. They're just like, yeah, we are there, we're a team, we know each other, cool. But yeah, so these turtles are also a little bit younger. They are around 13 years old. Then, as I remember in the 2012 show, they were like 15, 16. So, and that's also something, because these turtles are a little more, how should I put it, more goofy. They're just goofing around. They just want to have fun. They're cool. And well, in the first episode, they run into some weird stuff, some characters, some weird mystic characters who they fight. They run into a little dog creature that can teleport, and it's got some kind of bottle of mutagen on it. And well, the turtles, they don't really know about all this stuff. And then they also get dropped into an underground city, and a mystic city where yokai live, mystical creatures that live beneath New York City. And there they run into, well, you gotta say it, the big bad of the show, who is Baron Draxum, voiced by none other than John Cena. Perfectly. And yeah, he's like this scientist guy who wants to use mutagen to mutate people to so that the yokai can go back to the surface to take over the world. And yeah, the turtles get dropped into this, and the turtles, they even get new weapons here. Also something unusual, because I mean, Donatello still has his bow. He has a tech bow that can transform into other weapons and stuff like this. But Raphael gets some tonfa, Leonardo gets an Odachi sword, and Michelangelo gets a Kusari Fundo. And so, yeah, they fight Draxum, and his laboratory gets destroyed. And but these mosquitoes, who are these mosquitoes that have mutagen in them. They get freed, they get free in the city, causing trouble. But this is where this first episode ends. So yeah, it's a little bit like the start of the second season of the 2012 show when all these mutagen canisters fell down into the city. So, but now we have these mosquitoes who can sting people and turn it into mutants, and they are free in the city. And yeah, that's the start of our story here.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And what was your take with Raphael pretty much getting the leader role here? And how do you like the personalities?
Yeah.
I love Donatello in this show. If you catch our other episodes, he's actually one of my top 5 Donnies of all time. I love his a little cocky, again, he's 13. He thinks he's an know-it-all because he's very smart, but he's also gifted with his ninja skills, so he's not a pushover. By the way, too, I am a fan of this April. I love her energy. She's got the most... I'd like to say she's the most charismatic of all the Aprils I've met so far as we've been diving into the Ninja Turtles for me over here. I love her energy and pretty damn good fighter, too, as you guys will see in more episodes to come. Raphael being a leader, it kind of makes sense with the way this is going because he's the biggest one, right? If he's the big dude, he's the bad dude. For the beginning, it kind of makes sense. Leonardo is just he's almost like a Michelangelo in a sense where he's just very, very happy and outgoing like the older Mikeys for me. And Mikey doesn't really cut it for me yet. Maybe I'll get to love him more in season 2, but for season 1, as a hardcore Mikey fan, he didn't really get it done for me here. But how about you? What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, it's one thing also with like Raphael being the leader here, and he's only the leader because he's the oldest. And well, after like 30 years, finally that line in the Turtle Power song finally came true. Raphael, he's the leader of the group.
Yes.
So now finally he is. And yeah, Leonardo is, as he's not the leader, he's more of a wisecracking guy. He's like he just likes to be cool. He just likes to make fun and to crack some jokes. Michelangelo is more like the little brother. He's here. He's more the little brother. He's the heart of the family. He's the most emotional, and so yeah, and as you said, Donatello, I freaking love Donatello in the show because it's really like this mad scientist guy. He's like really a know-it-all. He can be arrogant, and I don't know. It's just so great. The voice acting in the show is so great. It works so perfect. Um, and yeah, so once again, there's so many different things, but the thing is here that this show is called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they are still young. They are still growing into their roles. They're just finding their place in the world. And it's like, um, if you remember, like the show Gotham, that was like this Batman show
Yes.
without Batman. When we saw like Bruce Wayne as a little kid, and as he grew into this, after all these adventures that he has, he grows into this role as the Dark Knight. And I always had a kind of feeling with this show. It's like the turtles, they are not the turtles we know, but in the future they can be. So yeah, that's how I think this whole thing was pitched. It's like, yeah, the turtles, they still have to become the Ninja Turtles. Here, there are still some kids. They're goofy. They're funny. They just want to have fun. But they realize that they have this potential to become like the heroes of the city, and in the future they can be. So this is like how I got the feeling for this show.
Yep, and what's cool too is there is some really good action scenes too. That's and if you could, some people may try to compare this to the '87 show for its silliness, but dialogue. Both shows are good, but action is a lot more enjoyable here. Without, of course, season 1 for '87. That's in a league of its own with Toei making that. But I like the action here more. So let's get into episode 2 over here.
Yeah, next episode is Origami Tsunami. And in this episode, the turtles, they try to like grow into the role more. Like, okay, we can do good stuff, and so they want to stop some paper thieves. Some people are out there stealing paper, and the turtles, they go after this, and they find out that these are some mysterious characters, some mysterious ninjas who are of the Foot Clan. Like, mysterious. And they're using these papers to create origami ninjas. Like, once again, like this ninja magic where these origami figures come to life. And, well, the turtles have to fight them. And, well, so far the turtles are able to defeat them, but the two Foot Brute and Foot Lieutenant, they're able to escape. By the way, they are voiced by Rob Paulson and Maurice LaMarche. So we have a little Pinky and the Brain reunion there. And yeah, so that's the end of that adventure. It's shorter, so I really try to not go too much into detail. So because these episodes are shorter, they're like 10-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's almost like trying to get a Looney Tunes podcast episode at 6 minutes short. You can tell about the voice actor, a couple jokes, and a couple yucks, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, feel free to go on the next one here. This one is pretty cool. I believe this one is Donnie's Gifts, and I put this notes. I don't know if it's this one or the other one. Leo's got some good lines in this show right here. Like, this thing doesn't like my one-liners, so there is some well-timed comedy, as we knew this show would deliver.
Yes, in this episode, Donatello has created some gifts for the other turtles. Like Raph gets a helmet that's like telling him of danger and telling him what to do. Leonardo gets like a shock collar that shocks him every time that he just makes a goofy comment or something, or a joke. And Mikey gets this suit that's like an airbag. It blows up when there's danger. And yeah, the turtles, they try to get used to this stuff, but then they run into a new mutant who is a big mutant that the turtles call Meat Sweats. And this mutant, he also has the power to like take over the power from any other mutant. Like he like grabs some mutant silverfish that can like split up their bodies, and he can do the same thing. And then like all these little Meat Sweats piggies run around. And the turtles, they have to stop him, but like Donatello gifts get in the way. So the turtles and Donatello realize like, okay, you are your own personalities. You have to do what you can do the best. And with this knowledge, the turtles are able to defeat Meat Sweats for now and be good again.
And like you like to say here, I'll piggyback off you. That's not the last time Donatello tries to get his brothers to think more like him. So, coming up next, though, I guess we're going to Chuck E. Cheese land pretty much here.
Oh yeah, with War and Pizza. With this episode, I really get a Five Nights at Freddy's feeling here.
That's that one too.
And and yeah, in this episode, April is working at the pizza place, and there are some animatronics there for like the kids, for a kids party, and one of them is Alberto, who's like this robot bear, and yeah. It gets broken. Donatello repairs it, but unfortunately, it's malfunctioning, and so it's going crazy, and goes after the kids and the turtles. And once again, the turtles have to fight it, and all these other animatronics come to life. As I said, Five Nights at Freddy's. And the turtles have to fight them, and in the end, they're able to defeat them. But yeah, maybe Alberto is not completely defeated, so we will see.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Next Mutation to a degree where these guys do keep coming back a lot, which is good because you'd want the villains to at least have, more than just a one-off. So, also, before we get to the next episode, did you ever get any of the toys? Because I wasn't into this show when it first came out. I'm curious if you have any of the action figures from this show, because they are pretty cool.
Yeah, I have some of them. I like all the turtles, Splinter, April, Draxum, and I even have the turtle tank, the vehicle they later use.
Oh,
and
very cool.
Yeah, so I have some of the stuff. And as you said, they're pretty cool. They're pretty good.
Yeah, no, Playmates did a great job for pretty much our entire lives with the Ninja Turtle franchise.
Yeah.
So coming up next, episode 4.
It's newsworthy, And here we get introduced to, honestly, one of my favorite characters of the whole show, and that is Warren Stone, who was a news anchor that got turned into a worm, who got mutated into a worm, and not a big worm man, no, just a little worm. And he is. I love this character because he's like just this little worm who goes after the turtles, and but the turtles, they're like, who are you? Why should we care about you? And they're like, I'm your greatest arch enemy. And like, no, you're just a worm. And it's really great. And we also get introduced to another character, Hypnopotamus, who is this who is like this other mutant, this hippo mutant, who is also a magician. So yeah, and the turtles try to stop him, but Warren Stone always gets in the way. So it's just crazy shenanigans. Even Warren Stone gets like a mystical stone, like a mystical gem on him that like buffs him up to makes him super strong. But still, the turtles have no problem with him. They're able to defeat him, even though they're not like, why are you getting in the way? We don't care. Who are you? What do you want? Like, ah. And for that, I just love this character. And yeah, in the end, turtles are able to stop Hypno, and well, that's pretty much the end of that story. An introduction to two new mutant characters.
Yeah, and again, the comedy here is not missing, guys. Again, when you have Rob Paulson as your voice director, you know there's going to be some good chuckles. Coming up next, this one's actually one of my funnier ones with Raphael and some random costumes coming up down the road here. With Repo Mantis,
it's
right?
It's Repo Mantis, yeah, okay.
I'm getting
we're on the same page.
No, yeah, I'm getting excited for my. Is there some cool? Because I also like too. I mean, were you excited that Cowabunga is mentioned in multiple episodes here? So they did try to pay homage to the OG Turtles.
Oh yeah, in this show, Cowabunga makes a comeback as the classic battle cry.
Yes.
So no more Booyakasha for you, and yeah, that's nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the episode Repo Mantis, we get introduced to another new mutant who is, well, called Repo Mantis, who is this mantis mutant who is working at this junkyard, and like the turtles, they want this moon buggy that he has because it's from the Jupiter Jim movies that that the turtles love. But for this, Repo tells them to go after a guy called Todd, who is this capybara mutant. Once again, a fantastic character because he's like the Ned Flanders of this show. He's just so nice to everyone, and yeah, and well, pretty much the turtles are able to work together with Todd so that they can finish the job for Repo Mantis. But then Repo is like, no, I realize that this moon buggy is worth a lot of money, so we're not giving it to you. So there's a big action scene, a big chase sequence where the turtles, they take off with the moon buggy, and yeah, in the end they're able to, well, defeat Repo Mantis, and now they have like a car. So yeah, that worked out.
Yeah, no, it did work out very well, and I believe our next one is not the Disturbed song, but again, you're close to my age. I'm sure you were singing that song in your head with the next episode here.
Yeah, down with the sickness. And yeah, that's a weird episode because it's not like a big evil or anything. It's pretty much Splinter is sick and is driving everyone crazy because he's going through all these different stages. Like he's what are they like once he gets super hot, high fever, and so he's cooling everything down, and the turtles, they know that when they get through all the stages of this sickness, that at the end is they always have to say yes stage, because the Splinter in his like sickness, he's like he says yes to everything. So the turtles, they can wish for something, and he has to say yes. So they like try to get through all the stages. Where it's like one is like a super ninja stage, where it's like going after the turtles as a super ninja, but one by one the other the turtles, they also get sick, and so yeah, that's pretty much. It's such a crazy, it's such a goofy episode, and Splinter is so crazy. I mean, there's some scenes like when he's just shaving off his whole hair because it's he's such a high fever, and it looks not good. It's because we have a naked rat there. It's just so. It's such a weird episode.
to watching this in your 40s compared to a child watching this like haha like fart jokes and stuff. So I was like, I don't know if this one works for me, but it was I like how they're doing like those little like stage of this sickness, stage here, so they kind of break it down how nature runs its course. So anyways, though, we got like I say, we're getting close to one of my favorite episodes, but feel free to take it away with the next one.
The Fast and the Furious. Well, Donatello was able to rebuild the moon buggy that they got earlier to create the Turtle Tank, their newest vehicle. But, well, Splinter stole it to drive around the city. And and then he runs into Meat Sweats, and well, Meat Sweats pretty much wants to eat Splinter. So the turtles, they try to save Splinter, but they're also mad at him because he stole their tank. And yeah, but well, in the end, they can figure it out. They stop Meat Sweats again, and well, this is the episode where the turtles get a new car. So good for them.
Exactly. Now, this is one, I believe this is the one that has one of the cooler Easter eggs in the entire series with Mascot Melee.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. In this episode, the turtles, they need some money to buy Splinter a new a bathrobe.
Yep.
And for this, they go to I'm blanking here, to in the city, to Times Square, and they're posing as mascots. So they get some money by like dancing and all the stuff. But there are other mascots there, and I think the callback, the Easter egg that you are talking about, is when the turtles come out of the turtle tank and they're posing in the poses of the Ginyu Force from Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
It's really.
That's
great.
And there's the little happy Raphael, looks like the OG Turtles too. Is that in this episode?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one I like.
I was in that episode.
I was just too excited to see a little happy Rap. I'm like, hey, I know that logo. That's my logo. I grew up in. So I thought that was great too. And just more cowabungas that they got. They're playing DDR. They're, like you say, they're 13 years old. That's what 13-year-olds do. They're just having a good old time. Oh gosh, no, this is again, I did have fun going down these, but again, what else do kids like, including me? Wrestling. This was probably as much as I love Down with the Sickness, just being a huge wrestling fan, this next one is my favorite, with Shell in a Cell.
Yeah. Well, in this episode, it happens that Leonardo gets into wrestling, and he becomes a wrestler, and weirdly enough, he dresses like John Cena. And yeah, but Raphael is angry because Leonardo by accident defeated his favorite wrestler, who is Ghost Bear, who is like this dude who dresses up as a bear. And so there's this confrontation between Raphael and Leonardo. Then Ghost Bear reappears, and it turns out that Ghost Bear is, to go with the wrestling terms, he's a heel. He's a bad guy. He's cheating in his matches. So Raph and Leo, they team up, and in a cell match, they are able to defeat Ghost Bear. And yeah, together they are not really the champions, because the the moderator of the show jumps in, she's like, "No, I'm the best." So she gets the belt. So okay, but Raph and Leo, they're fine together now again. So yeah, some nice little wrestling references in this episode.
And that's how wrestling is, because at the end of the day, you're like, why did that happen at the end? It's like, how did that person become champ? So with that goofy ending, that kind of makes sense to a degree, because that's how the WWE and AEW run once in a while. So anyways, though, we've got another one right at you guys with, I believe, what we got coming on, Minotaur Maze, I believe?
Yep,
Okay.
that sounds right. Well, in this episode, the turtles go to this mysterious pizzeria where yokai and mutants hang out, and Leonardo finds out that there is like there's a wall of champions, and he wants to be on it. So they turtles go together into this mysterious maze, which is full of traps and stuff, and they have to get to the center of the maze without using their mystic powers. That's one thing that we didn't mention, because with the new weapons that the turtles get, they also get mystic powers. Like Raphael can like summon energy that makes him like, well, punch stuff hard, and Leonardo can create portals, and Michelangelo with his Kusari Fundo can like summon this fire energy. And yeah, so they try to get there, but they're almost killed in there, so they have to use their mystic powers. So they get to the center, they get to eat the winner pizza in the end, but they get on the wall with a photo, but as cheaters, because they use the magic powers. So, well, that didn't really work out the way Leonardo wanted.
If there's any pushback from fans in regards to the powers they have, but didn't they have something similar in 2003? They had some like spiritual powers near the end of that run.
Yeah, if you remember, in the fifth season, the turtles, they had this mystic powers where they could also turn into dragons. So, yeah, mysticism and turtles is nothing that didn't happen before.
Yeah, that's why I figured, just in case there was pushback from someone. It's like, well, everyone loves the 2003 show, and it was in there, and I was okay with it, so I don't really have too much of an issue with it. But coming up next, who you gonna call? Some OG busters here.
Yeah, this is a longer episode. It's Buckbusters. And here the turtles, they try to go after the Uskitos to stop them from, well, mutating people. And during all this, they run into this hotel where they meet a new character called Big Mama. And she's a yokai who can transform into a normal person, but she also can transform into a giant spider. And she's like, "Yeah, turtles, I'm gonna help you for now to catch all these Uskitos, and you will bring them to me." But she wants to use them for her own, her own gain. And then Baron Draxum comes in and is like, "No, this is my stuff." So, and they know each other. Big Mama and Baron Draxum know each other. Like, I don't really like you. So the turtles get caught in this. It's crazy. It's once again big action there. And so yeah, that's pretty much it's an introduction to a new character, Big Mama, who's yokai, and who's a really interesting character, especially later on in the series. We find out more about her, and she's running this hotel where yokai and mutants can hang out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
About Donatello, we like Donnie a lot here, and probably my favorite quote of the whole season right here is Donnie saying, "You are trying to flatter me with the truth, and I love it." He was really, he's so full of himself in this series. It's great. It's perfect for a teenager, too, with the little attitude. It's what they are. So, anyways, the next episode, I would say, is very relatable to a lot of us if our Wi-Fi goes out.
Yeah, the episode The Longest Fight, where the Wi-Fi in the lair goes out, and the turtles, they want to watch this skateboarding contests, but they don't have any signal, so they go into this mall after closing time because they have free Wi-Fi there. But there they also run into the foot ninjas again, and they are after apparently some mysterious ring. So the turtles and they once again fight, but well, the foot, they get away in the end with what they wanted, but they did not want the ring. They wanted the like this black hand that the ring was on, like this statue hand. Uh, and for what they wanted, we don't know yet. But yeah, once again, a confrontation with the foot, who will come into play later on.
Oh, absolutely. I do like the chemistry. That was the cool thing too. Is it's not as heavy as the 2003 and 2012 series with the continuation of the story, but it is still there. And guys like us who enjoy a good story, at least I know we both appreciate that. So we're gonna find out pretty soon. We're getting to episode 16, which is the one I'll bring all the hype with, because that's my favorite of the season. We're getting there, guys. Just like our buddy said, Christian, just be patient, Michael. You'll get there. Like there's that gift that always runs. I think it's like Tom Hanks, and it always is just wait, and he's got his hands up like the calm down, just wait. So just wait. We're getting there. Feel free to take it away though with the next episode.
Episode is called Hypno Part 2, where, Hypno reappears and he's got a new plan to be the best magician ever. He wants to make April's high school disappear. And, well, April is not into it, and she's calling the turtles for help. So they confront Hypno once again. And, so while the turtles fight Hypno, April is able to like get all this, because Hypno has all these heads around the school, and with magic power, this will make the high school disappear. So she grabs all these heads through, and with the help of Mayhem, who is the little dog, cat, creature, whatever that we saw in the very first episode that gets adopted by April at the end of the first episode, and they are able to throw all his heads at Hypno, and he gets transported away to who knows where. So he gets defeated, and yeah, that's the end of Hypno for now.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, I believe episode 9 is coming out, and these are again, this is for Christian. It's like, this is goody. It's like, why not? It's October. We've got more ghosts. It's turtles. It's horror. It works.
Yeah, as I said, with episode 9, it's like this two-parter. It's not really a two-parter, but this two horror stories, two spooky stories. First off with the episode The Gambas, where the turtles investigate, and April, they investigate like a ghost that apparently appears in this mall. And once again, April is so into it. It's like, nah, it's not real. She's having fun, and the turtles, they're just screaming and scared. Oh no, it's a ghost! But it turns out that it's actually not really a ghost, but it's like this this robot that's used by, or was created by, a little kid called Baxter Stockboy. So yeah, we get our Baxter in this series. And why did he do this? Why did he create a ghost? For clicks, so that people can watch his YouTube videos. And and the turtles in the end, they made fun of him, and they're like, nope, you're just a little goofy kid, so we're out of here. And well, that's the end of the Gambas. But I'm jumping straight into the next episode called Mrs. Cuddles, because they're fit together so well.
Yes.
Because in this episode, we find out Raphael has a fear of Blushy called Mrs. Cuddles, who is also in a TV show where April works for now, which is also a running gag in the show, that April always has a new job. And April takes this little stuffed animal to the lair to scare Raphael. But it turns out that this little bunny creature is actually alive. And whenever someone gets scared and screams, she gets bigger and more powerful. And Raphael has to face his fears and confront the creature together with Splinter, and is able to, well, stop Mrs. Cuddles. And yeah, it's just like a horror story. It's like this creature that comes to life, and um, it's really cool. It's really a little bit scary, but you know me, I'm there for it.
Yeah, you're like, come on, guys, Rise is not that bad. It's got a horror episode. Come on, I'm sure on your podcast, like, come on, guys, you got horror. So that one kind of freaked me out too, even though it was plushies. Our generation, we had Goosebumps books with the legendary R.L. Stine, and even though they aren't lawn gnomes, it was kind of like just like those little things that come to life, or a Chucky. You know, I guess you could think of that like the Chucky doll with the scary plush, and just even Splinter again. This is just like, you're just gonna have to accept him, because again, we do get his backstory. But even I guess if you take it in a comedic way, Splinter calls Raphael the Red One. It's like, now where on earth are you ever gonna see that unless Splinter has amnesia? So just enjoy the comedy and roll with it. But yeah, coming up next, we're all super glued together here.
Yeah, episode is called Stuck on You, and in this episode, the turtles, they get, well, pretty much glued together because Donatello was working on something and Raphael was using it, and so they're really stuck on each other, and they cannot be free of this super glue. But right now some crazy stuff happens at the museum, because who is there? Hypno is there, some mutant silverfish are there, Warren Stone is there, and also the foot guys, they are after something at the museum. So the turtles, they really have to work together this time to stop all these bad guys. And well, they are actually able to do this until they get unstuck again. But it turns out that Warren Stone gets his hand on like this mystical gauntlet that the Foot were after, that can shoot energy blasts. So now he's got a brand new weapon. And yeah, that's the end of that story.
Oh yeah, and then we get back to, like you say, the Chuck E. Cheese Five Nights at Freddy's in the next one.
Yeah, that's called I'll Be Back. And in this episode, well, Alberto comes back to get some revenge, and it turns out that there is a place called Alberto Land, who's like this. This fair, this park for Alberto, and he also is able to take over some other Alberto robots, who are like, one of them is like this from a French restaurant, one is from a German style restaurant, and together they want to take over Alberto Land, and the turtles are there because they got an invitation to play music there, which they absolutely cannot do because they cannot play their instruments or anything. They're just really goofing around, even though they know they think that they are the best there. And yeah, so really, this is like such a, at the end, this episode is really so dark. I did not expect this, because the turtles, they are having this show and they are singing horribly and they're playing the instruments horribly. So what do all these Alberto robots do? Well, they destroy themselves in the end, because they want this pain to stop, and it's so dark, like jumping into the water to destroy himself, or ripping out the cords just to make it stop. And Alberto is also running away. He was like, I cannot take this anymore. So, well, music saved the day, but not in the way that you would expect here.
Yeah, I think they'd better play the Coming Out of Their Shells tour instead of this. At least they were okay. So, Oh gosh, but yeah, coming up next we've got another Donatello as the main star. Like, I just love his confidence in this show. I'll say it probably a couple more times in our next this week and next week's for our podcast here. But take it away with the purple jacket.
Here in this episode, we find out that the purple dragons exist in this universe, but here they are a gang at April's school, or like this tech club, and yeah, they have this purple jackets that are like a trademark of theirs, and Donatello sees it, and he wants this too. So he's pretty much working together for a while with these guys, and he gets his hands on a purple jacket. But it turns out that the purple dragons, they are once again bad, and they want to use Donatello's inventions, like his battle shells that he has, for so that they steal stuff. And well, Donatello and April working together to stop the purple dragons from, well, stealing all this technological stuff, and which they do in the end. But the purple jacket, it gets destroyed, and it's all very dramatic. But yeah, once again, as you say, Donatello is so funny in this series because like in the end, when everything is over, he's really blaming April for everything. This is all your fault. And April's like, I did not hear this right now. And so then they leave. And yeah, once again, really cool Donatello story here.
Yep, yeah, this is pretty much Donnie's show. For me, 2003 was Leo's show. Next Mutation was Raph's show. This one is definitely Donnie's show. It just and there's so many other great episodes with him. He keeps my interest peaked. I like you say too. Great voice acting by everybody in this show. They got it right with everybody here. So coming up next, y'all know what Ninja Turtles love: pizza. So of course we got to have an episode talking about pizza.
Yeah, episode is called Pizza Bit. And in this episode, all these pizza places in the city, they get destroyed, and nobody knows why. So the turtles investigate, and it turns out that this is because of a rock group called Dick, and they they destroy all these pizza places. Because they're playing music underground, and the turtles have to stop this. And once again, craziness. The turtles in the end are like able to, hey, because of the stuff you do, you're destroying the pizza places, which they did not really want to do. So turtles like, okay, you can play your music, we get our pizza. So in the end, it's fine. We're not really bad guys, so it's cool. So yeah, once again, some new characters, some new mutants.
Oh yes. Oh, very, very good night. Who doesn't love the pizza? And coming up next is one of the good ones, guys. One of two that I caught. Maybe Christian caught more, but one of two returns of an awesome voice actor from the 2012 show here, I believe.
That's right. Episode is called Smart Lair. In this episode, Donatello creates a robotic helper called Sheldon. And yeah, he is voiced by none other than the fantastic Greg Sipes, and who was Mikey in the 2012 show. And yeah, at first the turtles are all for this new guy, this robot, but it turns out that he favors Donatello. So the other turtles start reprogramming Sheldon until so that he's against Donatello, and so it's like this little back and forth, but until, well, Sheldon goes crazy and starts attacking the turtles, and but together they are able to, well, defeat him. So yeah, that works out, and yeah, as I said, wonderful return of Greg Sipes in this episode.
Yeah, no, well done there, and I love the Sheldon too. Great name for him as well. Donatello and Shell. Makes sense with the play-ons there. So, coming up next, we got some Hot Soup, the game.
Yeah, which is a video game from the Turtles' favorite movie star called Luchizzo, and the Turtles want to get their hands on this. So Mikey sneaks in this auction house to get it. And there he runs into the newest member of the Foot, who is a Foot recruit, who is a young woman. And well, there's this confrontation because Foot recruit thinks that Mikey is after something that the Foot wants, but it turns out that it's just a video game, and well, they do not care about this. And well, that's pretty much it. In the end, it's pretty funny because the turtles, they get the video games like, yeah, finally we can play the video game. And then it's like this 8-bit graphics style, and the turtles like, what's this? And why am I just a blob? Why am I just a one big gray blob? And this is horrible. This is, with our modern graphics and everything. Yeah, I know what they mean. But hey, this is what we grew up with. Come on, guys.
You got to start somewhere. I mean, hey, remember, even before our generation, all they had was a bar and a ball, back and forth, pong. That's all they had, going up and down. So I get it, though. I get it. So, oh gosh, I mean, hey, we've come such a long way too. Just from VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. Now we've got Ninja Turtles 4K UHDs coming out later this year. So. Oof, man, you're just technology, my dude. Technology.
Yeah.
Feel free to take it away with the next one.
Oh, that's a big one again. The Evil League of Mutants. In this episode, Baron Draxum gets all these mutants together to form the Evil League of Mutants. He's got Hypno, he's got Warren Stone, he's got all the others, and he wants to, so that they all can go after the turtles, and well, they lure the turtles to them, and well, there's a big confrontation where we have once again where the series shines is really with the animation, with the action sequences, because we get this big fight where the turtles fight all these mutants. And it's so cool, it's so fast, it looks so good, really. This action is so good. In the end, the turtles are able to defeat the mutants. Baron Draxum gets away, but Baron Draxum realizes something, that these turtles, they have like DNA from Luchitsu in them. And they realize like, okay, so that's how where we got our human DNA to get mutated into what we are now. So there's like this big mystery where the turtles come from. Because pretty much Baron Draxum created turtles. He was the one who had the mutagen and everything. But yeah, Baron Draxum now realizes that the human DNA that they have in them is from Luchitsu. That's really crazy. And it gets even more crazier because in the end, the Foot come up to Draxum, and they're like, hey, we have the same goal. Maybe we can work together. So now, Baron Draxum and the Foot, they're working together. Big team up there.
Gosh, I know John Cena's not on the level of James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman. I do enjoy his voice acting. He's really, really good in this show. He does a great job.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, I don't know, this may be one of the last few times you can actually do an episode like this. I've never had a gun to my head in regards to getting something in on time, but we do remember the Be Kind Rewind with the VHS tapes, and then this is more kind of like a Redbox type thing, I feel, here, with the late fee.
Yeah, in this episode, the Turtles, they have to get a DVD back to the rental. And that's pretty much the main story there. The Turtles, they're racing across town to return a DVD, which, as I said, this is something that we don't really do nowadays with streaming and everything. But yeah, here they do. And they run into Ghost Bear again, who is angry at the Turtles and wants to get revenge on them because they destroyed his wrestling career. And so he's doing everything so that the Turtles don't return the DVD or, take their DVD away from them. But, well, in the end, the Turtles, they trick him. And, well, he returns the DVD for them. And in the end, the Turtles get a hug from Splinter as a thank you. So, yeah, that works out for them. And if you remember in this episode, there's one very cool scene when the turtles, they're on the subway. And the turtles are standing in the subway, and we see like four characters, four normal people in the foreground. And these are the voice actors of the turtles. They were modeled after the voice actors of the turtles. So it's like a blink and you miss it scene. But
Yeah.
I really thought that this was great.
Oh yeah, just much like with the jokes. And coming up in the next episode, before we get into it, I also wanted to point out, it happens a few times. Is this the first time that or did we bring this before? Like, they call Michelangelo Michael sometimes. You know, it's very rare that that happens. I know Mikey's usually it. I think maybe Don called him Michael once in 2012. So usually, you know, for me, I always used to joke, 'cause my name is Mike. It's like, you know, you can call me Mike or Mikey. Michael usually means I'm in trouble. And it's almost like the same thing here when Donatello's Tony calls him Michael. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that little note. I like the little twists that they do in this show. It does work. And like you say, you got to understand, too, they're only 13 years old. Like you say, just give it time. And we're getting closer and closer to episode 16. Just got a couple more to go. Couple more.
Yeah, so next one is Bull Hop. And here the turtles, they run into, well, a bull mutant. That was a guy that was mutated way back in the episode Bugbusters. They got mutated into a bull. And, well, he was a bellhop, and now he's a bull, so he's Bull Hop now. And the turtles want to help him because they were involved in his mutation. They're feeling a little bit guilty for him, so they take him in. And well, he's a horrible house guest. He's causing chaos. And the turtles, they have a plan to go after Big Mama again because they need the spider slime that she uses to catch more mosquitoes. So Bull Hop wants to help them, but once again causing chaos. But it's funny because Big Mama actually falls for him, just like, oh, he's strong, and he's also a very good dancer. So once again, crazy action scene. In the end, the turtles get like a little bit of the spider slime, and Bull Hop's like, no, I'm done here, and he's going to Canada. So yeah, he's out of the picture. Crazy character, gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're about 2 episodes away, so little mini ones here. But if it wasn't for episode 16, this one is right up there as one of my favorites. Again, we got our boy Donatello taking the role, and this is something that it works. It was almost similar to what he did in the '87 series, where he cloned himself. You know, he wanted to have people get on his level, and that's what he tries to do here in Mind Meld.
Yeah, because Donatello, the mad scientist that he wants to, because he's really fed up with the turtles, always just goofing around, and he wants to make them smarter too. And for this, he's got like this invention, and he actually is able to turn his brothers into like, yeah, on the level of himself. But the turtles, they become so smart that Donatello becomes the stupid one in the group. And yeah, the turtles, they're really arrogant, and Donatello is really fed up with this. And so he has to find a way to, well, turn them back into their normal selves, and which he is able to do in the end. And he's, as he puts it, he's really happy to have his dumb brothers again. So once again, it's like this whole thing. Yeah, everybody can't be the way he wants to be. You know, everybody's different, and that's totally fine. So yeah, that's nice little message there, I guess.
Yeah, and one more before we get there. So how have you liked Leonardo's evolution, so to speak, in regards to getting that leadership role? Because again, we're just giving you guys samples of these, and there's a lot of spots where they go, "What do we do, Raphael?" And he'll do it, but he'll choke, or he'll like slip up, or like, you know, with the one with Donatello's gifts. Hey, Raph, are you gonna tell him these suck? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I love these gifts, and he just can't do it. And Leonardo's usually just chilling back, and he'll throw an idea out there once in a while. So, are you sensing that Leonardo is eventually gonna get this role as a fan watching this show, or?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's the rise. So the turtles, they have to grow into the roles, and you really get the feeling with the show if you pay close attention that yeah, Raphael is the leader. He's trying his best, but he's still Raphael. He gets angry. Well, most of his plans are just smash stuff, and we have Leonardo in the background who is a lot of the times he's way smarter than he shows. He's like, hey, I have an idea, Ref. Maybe we can do this and this, and so we really get the feeling that Leonardo he can be much better, and he's sometimes a planner, and he's got some ideas. So yeah, we see like more and more Leonardo growing into the role of later on becoming the leader.
Yep, he's getting there. It's only a matter of time. All right, our final pit stop before episode 16 with nothing but truffle.
Yeah, this is once again a Mikey episode, and here Mikey and Todd are hanging out, and they run into Meat Sweats, who is during all this is attacking Todd, and he's like taking Todd's mutant power. And what is Todd's mutant power? He's super nice. So suddenly Meat Sweats gets super friendly and super nice, and Mikey and they become best friends, and yeah, they're working together to like get this super super scarce, super rare truffle. And well, in the end, it turns out that Meat Sweats was more acting like he's nice. But he was nice at the start, but after a while, he was just using Mikey. And then Todd comes in again, and Mikey is sorry, Todd, that I acted the way I did because he just left Todd to hang out with Meat Sweats. And well, together they are able to stop Meat Sweats, who like turns into this tree creature because he's like taking over the power from a mysterious were tree. And well, Todd and Mikey, they're working together and they're best friends again. And so that works out in the end for them again.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, guys, here we go. We've brought it up multiple times. Now, before I even did Shellonomics, I was, there's a fantastic TMNT Reddit group. I always go there for advice. People show their collections. I said, what do I need to watch to try and get into Rise? I tried before. It was, difficult. And they did say, watch the movie. Now, I did watch it, but I forgot a lot of it because I've only seen it once. Now, as we've been going down these episodes, if anybody is listening to this on YouTube or wherever you find us, Spotify, iTunes, I highly encourage every Ninja Turtle fan, if you want to at least just try Rise and get a good feel for it, in my opinion, this is one of the best episodes to do that because Christian's going to break down. You finally get a little bit of why Splinter is the way he is. You get to hear a name we haven't heard yet mentioned until this episode. And there's just incredible action. And oh, here we go. Finally, this is what we've waited for. So I'll give you the Heath Ledger Joker in the Dark Knight. And here we go.
Episode is called Shadow of Evil, and yeah, we get so much. And this is what I mentioned before. It's like you have to be patient a little bit, but then suddenly we get like, okay, now it starts to make sense because in this episode, Splinter finds out about the foot, and he knows the foot. Like, okay, because April is working at this foot shack, and that's run by the foot, so he sneaks in there and we find out what the foot is actually after. The foot, now working together with Baron Drexler, they steal all this or they take all these parts of mystic metal that they are searching for to recreate a dark armor. And with this armor, they will reawaken the biggest evil ever, and that is the Shredder. And Splinter, as he was still a human, uh, he was told because his family they have to always take care of this. They have to stop the Foot Clan from doing this. And Splinter, well, he got lazy, and he did not really fulfill his job. And so now the Foot are after these parts to resurrect the Shredder, who's like this demon-like creature here. And once again, big fight scene because near the end they're going after another part at the subway station, and the turtles are also there, and we find out that Luchitsu, the famous movie star, is actually Splinter. Splinter got mutated, Luchitsu got mutated into a rat and turned into Splinter. And we find out this, and there's a big fight there at the subway station with Baron Draxum and the Foot and so much more. It's really, once again, so crazy. And this is like the moment when the Turtles and Splinter, they get away from them. But Splinter is the one who realizes, okay, I have to change something now. We are like at war. We have to stop this. We have to stop the Shredder, and Turtles, we have to work together. It's training time. And this is like, okay, now we're getting serious. Now we're really getting somewhere. And as you said, this is a little bit like a turning point for the show. It's like, okay, now we know where the story is going. And dude, this episode really, I can only say what you said. It's really a big one. And yeah, just great, just cool.
If they want, because see, for someone like myself who is again a diehard fan trying to get into this show, there's really no intro to the Turtles. Like you said, they're just there. They, like you said earlier too, we don't know how they met April, if they befriended her, if they rescued her. They're just, pals. This one right here though just sets the tone of what the action is and how good. I would actually know how challenging it is for a TV show, especially directed at kids, that can do comedy and action just as good as this. What are your thoughts on that? Because it's very silly and slapsticky, and about almost every episode there's just like some goofy jokes or a funny one-liner, and it's like, wait, we can stop and get our eyes glued for the action now.
Yeah, that's absolutely. As you said, I mean, I think the jokes, most of the jokes really land. They're really funny, but as I said, it's really cartoony. It gets really goofy sometimes, and that's the thing that really turns off some people. But the animation, the action, just this episode, for example, just the action near the end where the Turtles and Splinter, they're fighting together with the Foot and Draxum, and it's so fast and so just so good. It really gets it took its time, but it really starts to get into the flow to have a great mix between action and comedy. And yeah, it starts to shine.
Yep, nope, I agree, and we got a couple more good boppers here. Feel free to take it away if you'd like to start doing two at a time when we get these double dips, because apparently, double checking, it looks like a lot of these are going to be twofers here. We've got, I believe, Portal, Jack, and Warren and Hypno sitting in a tree.
Yeah, bottle checked in this episode. Leonardo, apparently by accident, he created a portal, and while jumping through the portal, he lost the other turtles. So he goes to Senor Hueso, who is the manager of the pizzeria, for help. And they go to the underground city to search for the turtles. And there they run into Hueso's brother, who is a pirate, and Senor Hueso, who is a bone man, who's like a living skeleton, and his brother is Skin Man. He's made of skin. Yeah, it's as disgusting as it sounds. And well, they have a fight and all these adventures in the underground city. And in the end, Leonardo is able to open a portal, and the other turtles fall out of it, because they were not kidnapped in the portal. They were just sent by Leonardo to what was it, Haiti, I think, and they were just hanging out at the beach and had a good time. But well, now they're back again, and so yeah, that worked out in the end.
Yep, exactly.
Which brings us Which then brings us to the next episode, Warren and Hypno sitting in a tree. And here we find out that Warren Stone and Hypno, they have teamed up. Um, they are partners now, in my opinion, in more ways than one. Um, but Drexum is after Warren because he's got this gauntlet on his hand, and he wants this because it is actually part of the dark armor. So the Turtles and Hypno, they team up to go after to save Warren, to go after Baron once again, Baron Drexum, and once again, big fight there. And in the end, Drexum gets the part of the armor, and Warren gets saved and gets reunited with his partner Hypno, and so that works out. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's April's birthday, and she's a big Warren Stone fan, so we also find that out here in this episode.
I feel bad that her birthday is cursed. Yeah, I have that. She thinks it's cursed. Your birthday is not cursed, April. We love you. It'll get better. Don't worry. Oh, man. Well, we've got another doubleheader here, and I enjoy the silly disguises that they have. Some of them, they actually look really cool and dapper. These would have been great action figures. You know, like how Donnie, sometimes they have the old trench coats. Raphael in his rhino costume as a mascot, I think, is pretty hilarious. So they do a good job with these disguises, and I also like when they get some laser tag in one of these episodes, too, coming up.
Yeah, first episode here is called Operation Normal, where April meets a new friend at school called Sunita, and they hang out, and she's like, hey, I want to be normal because I'm only hanging out with mutants, doing crazy adventures, but for once, I want to be a normal girl doing, normal girl stuff. But they always, April and Sunita, they always like run into some foot mist, like the foot, and the Turtles are also there, and they want to help April, but they're causing chaos, and April just wants a normal day, but in the end she realizes, no, that's never gonna work, especially when it turns out that Sunita is a yokai who is using like this brush on her to disguise herself as a normal human. But April realizes, okay, that's just the way it is. Even though we are not normal, we are totally fine. And it turns out that the foot was actually after Sunita because she's got like these boots, and they are again part of the dark armor. So yeah, that didn't that's but there's one scene in this episode that I gotta mention here quick, is when April is talking to Turtles and like, hey, I'm totally normal. I can't be totally normal. Can't I? And Donatello is like, quick answer, no. Long answer, no. I thought it was too funny.
I always write down. Yeah, there's a couple I have too. It's just, again, like I say, we appreciate you guys checking us out. We just want to make sure we get the funny notes in so you guys can be aware of those too. That was a good one. No. And once again, it's Donatello. It's Donnie's show, pretty much. Like I say, I'm saying that for the rest of the way. Unless something happens crazy in season 2, I love them all, but this is Donnie's show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As I said, I love this character here. So next episode is called A Sparring Partner, and in this episode it turns out that Raphael befriended one of the origami ninja from the foot that was not destroyed, because usually the origami ninja, they get destroyed when they get defeated, and he's hanging out with him, and he's training with him, and he's having a blast. But the other turtles, he does not want them to know about it, because he thinks that they would think that he's evil and they would want to destroy him. But in the end, the turtles find out about him, and they also realize, like, okay, you are origami ninja, but you are not evil, you're cool. So if Raph says you're cool, we're cool with you, you're part of the team now. So yeah, turtles and origami ninja, who is called Frankenfoot, they're working together against the foot, and yeah, they're pretty much a good team. So that's the end of that story.
Yeah, I mean, It's now. Did you watch these live with the double headers? Because again, I've been watching these on Netflix, so it's easier for me. So, did you watch these when they were broadcasted for the first time? I'm curious your take versus mine as to, like I say, a lot of these episodes are kind of two. The show is like almost two episodes in one.
Yeah, I watched them on TV as I remember, but they were not always shown, like these two parts were not always shown together.
Wow.
They were really stretched out sometimes. Like one day it's like, I don't know, Monday we get episode A, and then Tuesday we got episode B. So they were like stretched out over like a week. Um, so yeah, but I tried to catch them when they were on, and yeah.
Yeah, no, just was curious on that take. Yeah, those. It's really, well, it's smart business again. It's 26 episodes according to like the feed, but yeah, in reality, it's almost like pushing in the 50s almost with all the doubles. But we're having fun here, guys. We're gonna do episode 19. We got a doubleheader here, and just John Cena just so good. I just want to share the line in one of these episodes because this is probably one of my other. Top 5 lines where he's trying to plan the next strike and the foot soldiers are like, well, we can't do that because Monday's a holiday.
That's a good one. But first, we get the episode "You Got Served," where Mikey and Leonardo, they are competing because they both like get a job at the pizzeria, and they're like competing to who can be the best server, who can like make the best meal, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's actually pretty much the story. They like to try to serve these two yokai groups who are actually like rivaling gangs, and so it's causing chaos at Senor Hueso's pizzeria, which drives him nuts. But yeah, but in the end, Leonardo and Mikey, they're working together, so that works out. Uh, but then we get to the episode "How to Make Enemies and Bend People to Your Will," where the Foot and Drexum, they are at like this what is like this park, and they want to get another piece for the dark armor. So the turtles come in, and there's one thing, because Drexum is like, hey, why am I not the boss here? Because the foot lieutenant and the foot brute, they're always like to Drexum, they're like, hey, you are just another soldier for us, and Drexum's like, no, I should be the boss here. So there's like this big fight where even one of the guards at the park gets mutated into a flower mutant. Once again, crazy stuff. Uh, but in the end, Drexum is able to become the leader of the Foot Clan, because there are some rules in the Foot Clan, like when the current leaders get defeated, someone can step in, and so on and so forth. And so Drexum becomes actually the boss, and he's like, I'm the leader now, and when the armor is completed, I will use it. And yeah, that's pretty much the end where we are right now. So there are not many parts left for the dark armor, and that's gonna be troublesome.
Yeah, and once again, just the continuation of the story. They did that a lot in the 2012 show, too. It was almost like Thanos with his Infinity Stones for Marvel, where they had to keep collecting the pieces, which I like, because there's like, it's like little twists and turns, and it just every episode feels like it does have a little bit more value when you're going on that quest. So, coming up next, maybe you can help me out with the second one here with the purple game. I know it's a game I've seen. I can't think of the parody name of the game that Donatello plays. Maybe you got it. If not, maybe one of our viewers can drop it in the comments below, because I know I've seen that before at like a Dave & Buster's or a game place, and I've played it too. I just can't think of the name of the game. I was looking for it all day before we went live, but feel free to take us away with the double dip in episode 20.
Yeah, here we have, first off, we have Mystic Library, where the turtles travel to, well, the mystic library for yokai because they need some magic spells because Mayhem was caught in a mirror and the turtles have to get him out. So they travel to the mystic library to get a book on magic stuff. And here they just have the craziest adventure. Because they have to be silent. It's a library, but when they are not silent, they get dragged away by like these bad creatures. And during all this, they also run into the foot, who are also at the library. So it's crazy stuff. In the end, turtles are able to get what they need. They are able to free Mayhem. But once again, this episode really, as we say, we're just quick with it, but you just have to check it out for yourself because there's so much crazy stuff going on. There's so much crazy action once again. It's really wild. Which brings us to the next episode of this two-parter called The Purple Game. Here, Donatello is obsessed with a game called, well, The Purple Game. And, well, unfortunately, it turns out that this is a trap by the Purple Dragons. Well, they're back. And Donatello gets, well, by accident is able to steer like a giant robot who he thinks is in the game. He thinks it's just part of the game, but it's actually real and causing chaos in the city, and the turtles have to stop it. And Donatello, in the end, finally realizes what's going on and is able to stop it, to stop the Purple Dragon's plan for revenge. So that works out fine. And I know what you mean with the video game. It looks like this top-down video game where you're just walking around in the city and trying to defeat other players, just collecting coins and stuff. And I cannot say what it reminds me of. I mean, we get some funny Pokemon style fights in there, which I thought was great. But I cannot tell you what this game reminds me. It's also, I know what you mean. It's like, it looks like some kind of online mobile game or something. I don't know.
Especially with the graphics. Like, I know I've seen this and I know I've played it years ago. I just can't, I'll have to look it up later. Maybe one of our listeners can help us out with it, because it's like, it's one of those where you're not going to sleep until you solve that mystery now. So I was like, we'll have to dig into that one a little bit. But yeah, guys, this has just been getting better and better, and we still have a little way to go. We got another really cool surprise coming too with another voice actor. It's getting there, like we say. Just be patient. I'm having a good time breaking these down. We've got another doubleheader coming up here with Man vs. Sewer and the Mutant Menace.
Yeah, Man vs. Sewer. In this episode, Raphael gets lost in the sewers and he gets really crazy when he's left alone, and he turns into a savage Raph. And he runs into the Sando brothers, who are this crab mutants. And the other turtles try to find him, but Raphael is already a savage, and he's attacking everyone, fighting everyone until the turtles can calm him down. And so yeah, when they're reunited, that's fine. Raph is back to his normal self, and yeah, that's actually pretty much that. Which brings us to the next episode, The Mutant Menace, where Baxter Stockboy returns, and he wants to, turn the city against the turtles, because he's calling the turtles the Mutant Menace. They are because he wants to tell the people that they are evil, and he's able to actually turn the city against the turtles, but in the end, Baxter, in the end, he gets arrested because the turtles are able to not be seen because Baxter is using this microbots, as he calls them, but they're actually mousers. We have mousers in this series, to take over the turtle tank so that the turtles get like thrown in front of the people, so that they people see like, oh, this evil mutants, but the turtles are able to stop this, and so nobody sees the turtles, and they're like, oh, this was not real, this was a hoax, and well, Baxter Stockboy in the end gets arrested, and well, the turtles are not evil.
No, definitely not, my friend. Definitely not. What's cool too is I forgot which episode, I didn't put in my notes, but when you watched these, did you recognize the 2012 ringtone for like the cell phones too? I heard that melody in one or two of these episodes, like the do 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 when they're getting a call or text. Did you get?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I thought that was cool. Just again, little Easter eggs like that. Hardcore
great.
fans like us just appreciate. Now we're finally going to get some Ninja Splinter, what I've been waiting for pretty much from the get-go here, where he's actually going to do some really cool stuff in episodes 22's doubleheader.
Yeah, first off, it's Turtle Dagger Knights, the Blade of Redman, where Splinter is like remembering his glorious day as Luchitsu, and now he's just a rat, and he wants to relive these times. So he goes into a crash derby together with Michelangelo and Donatello. And yeah, so we have this big crash derby tournament where pretty much everyone is in there, like all the other characters that we've met, like Hypno is there, Warren Stone is there, Repo Mantis reappears, and in the end, even Big Mama comes in with a car, so there's craziness. And but in this episode, we also get some nice emotional moments, because Splinter is like, hey kids, I want to hang out with you, I want to do something with you, and especially Donatello is like, father, you want to take your time with us, spend time with us. And when he finds out that Splinter really wanted to win this crash derby, he was really sad and he was really angry. But then they're like, okay, I'm sorry for what I did, but I really enjoyed spending time with you. So they're fine in the end, and it's really nice little heartfelt moment there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, and they're able to win this
Yes.
derby. Yeah, and which brings us to the next episode, The Ancient Art of Ninja Hide and Seek, where Splinter is, well, he is really training the turtles now. He's showing them some ninja stuff, like how to blend in with your surroundings and be a real ninja and so on and so forth. And for the final test, he sends them to the hotel of Big Mama, so that they steal the collar of one of the yokai dogs that are there. And as the turtles are not returning, he thinks that like he sent them to their death or something. So he goes after them, and he finds out that, yeah, at first they are well, they're goofing off, but after a while they are really able to uh, do the stuff that he learned them, like blend into the background, hiding from enemies, being like real ninjas, and they're really able to do what Splinter told them, get the collar from the dog and give it to Splinter. So they pass the test. They're one step closer to being true ninjas, and then at the end we get a little twist there, because inside the collar was actually a key that Splinter uses to open. I'm blanking here. He opened like this. Come on, I cannot think of the word right now. A drawer.
Yep. There you go.
He opened a drawer, and inside the drawer, that was inside the hotel, we see a photograph of Luchitsu and Big Mama together. Like they were a couple or something. It's like, something new. So yeah, nice little twist in the end.
No, it's always nice to see Splinter. You know, again, from going to is just big chunky, my back hurts, and just, you know, doesn't know Raphael's name. He's stealing cars, and now we're finally getting to the honorable Splinter here. Now we've got it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of horror, this real creepy cat type thing in this next one, and then we get a nice little Snow Day musical in the next one.
Yeah, first off, one man's chunk. Turtles once again are trying to get their hands on a metal piece for the dark armor, so the foot does not get it. And this piece is at Repo Mantis junkyard, so they try to get it. But well, first off, we have Repo Mantis, and the other one we have a creature who's like this cat mutant mantis creature that was actually Repo Mantis bat, but got mutated, and so yeah, it's craziness because the turtles they want to find the metal piece, but they also want to survive being attacked by a giant cat mantis creature. But they're able to do this. Unfortunately, it turns out that the metal was already sold to the foot, so it was all for nothing. And yeah, unfortunately. Which brings us to the next episode called Snow Day, which start with a wonderful music scene where the turtles are in April. They're hanging out at the park. It's snowing, and they're building snowmen and so on and so forth. And they're singing a Snow Day song, a really great one. And Ghost Bear sees them, still angry at the turtles for what they did to him, and he wants to ruin their day. He's not able to do this, but he gets stung by an mosquito and gets mutated into a real ghost bear. So he's like a mutant bear now, but he can also turn into a ghost and not be attacked by anyone. So yeah, the turtles they have to find a way to stop him. In the end, they are able to do so by like spraying water on him and freezing the water, so he turns into like this ice statue. And so yeah, that works out. But yeah, once again, this is something that I really like because we saw Ghost Bear before, like 2 times, and he was just this normal guy who dresses like a bear. But in this now, he finally gets mutated. I did not know that this would happen when I watched this series for the first time, but he gets mutated into a real ghost bear, and that was a nice little twist there. Uh, yeah, pretty cool.
No, and I'm curious if now, do you listen to the Snow Day every year when it starts to snow, like like people have their Christmas albums? Because it is a good song.
Yeah, it's really great, and I gotta say that the voice actor for April, Kat Graham, you really hear that she's a professional singer. You really hear it in her voice. She's really great.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. All right, we've got our final double header for you in episode 24. Dude, I appreciate your energy. We know you love turtles. This is going to be one of our longer podcasts, but hey, if you guys haven't checked it out, we've done 45 episodes of the OG Turtles before, and we had a great time. And as always, dude, we could probably make a 6-hour podcast and make it feel like it was 30 minutes. So feel free to keep going and crushing it, my dude.
Yeah, let's get it on with the episode. First is Cloak and Swaggart, Cloak and Swaggart. So, and in this episode, April and Sunita are having a girls' night, but then her cloaking brush gets stolen, and April and Sunita they try to get it back, and it turns out that none other than Meat Sweats stole it to turn himself back into a normal human self. So they have to confront him. They cannot ask the turtles for help because the turtles and Splinter they are. Well, they said that they would go on a training trip, but actually they get stuck inside the turtle tank, which locked up by accident. Anyway, Sunita and April working together against Meat Sweats and are able to, well, stop him for now. That's cool, girl power. And yeah, that's the end of that episode, which brings us to the next short episode, Jupiter Jim Ahoy, where the turtles meet Jupiter Jim, the hero of their favorite movies, and he even invites them to his apartment where he's got all this memorabilia from his movies, and the turtles are all over it until they find out that the statues that he has of the like these alien creatures are actually people in costumes that are like paralyzed, and he's like uh he kidnapped them, and which is a really dark turn if you think about it. And yeah, he's actually he's crazy. He's just crazy. The actor is crazy. He thinks he's really a space hero. And well, the turtles, they are able to defeat him, and he releases all these people. So yeah, that works out in the end. So I guess the saying is true: never meet your heroes.
Yeah, exactly, because there's always a second side to everything. So, oh my gosh. So, yes, guys, this is another episode I am super hyped about to go with you. And it's not that all these episodes aren't good in their own, manner. It's just if you're looking for, I don't know if I want to say canon, because you have to pay attention. Like you say, they're on the quest. They're getting little by little, but these next two are just fantastic. I mean, I don't know what your experience was. I do want you to share to our listeners here, but I had chills, dude, when I heard the voice in this one. I had chills. Oh my God. Here we go.
Well, first off, we have the episode here called Insane in the Mama Train. And well, in this episode, it seems like the dark armor is almost complete, and it has to get transported to a special place in the underground city where a Shredder can resurrect it, or through Baron Draxum. So Baron Draxum can use the armor. Uh, but the turtles, they goof up once again, and Splinter is the one who's like, okay, hey, this has to stop. And the turtles realize, like, okay, we have to get serious. We have to get serious. We have to really take this serious. It's like the fate of the world is at stakes here. So while this underground train that belongs to Big Mama is driving towards this place where the armor can be used, the Splinter is training the turtles like for real now, and you see they get really serious. They get new clothes, like all red bandanas, classic style, really, really cool. And then they go to the train, and once again, it's really crazy. It's really action packed, where they fight through this train. Um, and they're able to like fight all this yokai and the foot and everyone who's there. And in the end, they're able to get to the front of the train where the armor is. Like, yes, we have it. We finally found it. And then out of the shadows steps Baron Draxum. Best super evil bad guy intro ever. It's like, here I am. You have nothing. You're just little children. And he's able to grab the turtles, and he's stopping the turtles, and he's got the turtles now in his vines, because he can like control his vines. He's got them tied up, and with this, the episode ends like, ooh, Baron Draxum, really don't want to mess with him.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing too, guys, for the 2012 fans, we get somebody in the Hamano clan, Mystic Aura, who is voiced by none other than Hoon Lee, the voice of Splinter in the 2012 series. Yes. I was like, holy crap, this is him. This is, yes. It's, it's just so much fun when you get these spots. It's pretty much like, in, well, you get it in movies all the time, like that Spider-Man movie when Tobey Maguire comes out and he walks and you just get that chill where it's like time stands still. You get it in WWE when somebody comes back and they haven't been around for years, like, AJ Lee just came back, and here we go, and it's just such a great voice, and it's like, oh, it's good to have this guy back. And what's great is he's not done. He comes in the next episode as well, and we're at our final of season 1 with what a great name for the show, Endgame.
Yes, episode is called Endgame, and this is the season finale. And the turtles, they are captured, and the Foot and Baron Draxum are getting ready to use the dark armor. And well, it only leaves Splinter and April to save the turtles, to save the world. So they get together the B team, which consists of Sheldon, of Todd, and Bullhop, and Frankenfoot. and they're like, okay, we're going into the bad guys' headquarters. We're gonna stop them, and well, the B team gets immediately taken out. Like, okay, it's just April and Splinter. Let's go. And so yeah, they try to save the turtles. They try to stop Baron Draxum, and Splinter confronts Draxum, and Draxum is playing it off like, hey, I've got the turtles, and if you want to see them again, you have to give me the last part of the dark armor. And it turns out that the last part of the dark armor is actually Splinter's tea kettle, who is like old Scully, as he says. He's like, this is the last part of the armor, this is the helmet of the armor. And once again, this show can really get really emotional, because he's like, I will destroy your sons if you're not doing what I tell you. And Splinter's like, I have to do it. April is like, don't, Splinter, don't do this. This will be the end. And Splinter's like, but they are my sons. I have to do this. I have to save them. So he gives Baron Draxum the last part of the armor. Meanwhile, the turtles, they were able to free themselves, but they're too late. The armor is complete. Draxum puts it on, and he uses the armor to get all powerful, to get super strong. We get like anime-style fights with pillars getting thrown around and so on and so forth. And Draxum gets to the surface to finally take over the world, to get it back for the yokai kind. And the turtles are fighting him, and it's once again big fight, big action scene, and it's the show just shines with these action scenes. And in the end, they are actually able to defeat Draxum, but Draxum gets like thrown out of the armor, and he's totally powerless. But the armor, it gets put together by like magic, and this was the plan of the Foot of all the time. Like, they were using Draxum because they wanted to use his life force to give it to the dark armor, so that the one true Shredder can be resurrected. And then we see the Shredder armor like turning into, well, the Shredder, like this big demon creature, and the Foot like, yeah, the Shredder has returned, this is the end of all. And with this, the episode ends, and it's like, what a cliffhanger. Oh my god, it's crazy, it's wild. Yeah, not much else to say.
No, and that's what Nickelodeon has done since they've had this. Pretty much since 2003, you've had such a great run of season finales. We talk about it every time we do these episodes here, where it's like, give me more, and they do it there beautifully. For those who are just more crazy Easter eggs in that episode, you get Peter Cullen, who is the voice of Optimus Prime, and Frank Welker, the legendary voice actor of so many lovable cartoon characters back in the day. So just, my God. And you said it time and time again too, Christian, the action in this show, I want to say, is actually underappreciated, because I really don't hear too many people talking about the great battles in this. So I guess it's probably hard to choose, but do you have one favorite battle scene? Because there's so many in this first season.
One of my highlights is at the end of the episode, the Evil League of Mutants, where the turtles are fighting all these evil mutants, just using fish and ladders as weapons. And because it's so fast, it's so wild, and it's like the turtles are there are so many battlefields like on this scene, and it's going from one fight to another. It's so fast. It's really awesome. Yeah, I guess that's one of, not like the only one of my favorites, but definitely one of my favorites.
The one that stands out. No, I got you. Well, I can't wait to have you back sometime next week to dive into season 2 and the movie, which a lot of people say is actually a great spot for any Turtle fan. So after breaking this down, my final thoughts, like you say, give it a shot. You're going to have a little patience to understand why Splinter is the way he is. There's really no introduction as to why the characters are the way they are. Raphael being the leader is a little like you said, wait a minute, that sounds like something that came from a song years ago. So well said with that. If you're a John Cena fan, appreciate his voice acting talent. Not only is he a great WWE superstar, but the man can voice act. He does a phenomenal job with his character. I like how they still, Rob Paulson does a good job too with his character in here. I have no problem with him. There's well-timed comedy, phenomenal action, and we do get a good story. So I can't wait to do this with season 2. But before we go, where can people not only find your podcast, but I also want people to check out your Instagram. You do have some awesome posts once in a while with some turtle sightings, stuff from your collection. So where can people find you?
Yeah, as I always say, if you want to hear more from me, check out my own podcast, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Talk, where you can pretty much find it, I think, everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much everywhere. And yeah, if you want to check out my Instagram, do that too. It's just TMNT Talk, one word. There you can find it as I post when new episodes come out, but also some new stuff that I get for my turtle collection, like turtle comics and action figures and all this stuff that I find. I post on my Instagram, or just go to the website tmnttalk.com. You can find everything there, including a link to my Discord server, where every turtle fan is welcome. So hey, check it out.
Yeah, and you're pretty much Christian O'Neill over there, because I love all your updates, whether it's a new comic, a new video game, Christian is there. So, dude, it's been a blast. I appreciate your energy, your knowledge, your love, and passion. We could have easily went another 3 hours, and I wouldn't even felt fatigued. So, thank you as always, my man. And like you say, until next time.
Until next time, my dudes.